Welcome back to the Spirit, Mind and Soul podcast. Today I'm speaking with Kia, and Kia shares her journey of battling drug addiction and finally overcoming that. Kia has been in recovery for 8 years now. She talks about how it was finally heavily pregnant and being in rehab that turned her life around. Kia also battled breast implant illness, which was the catalyst for the work that she's doing now as a superfood mentor. In this episode, we talk about being the black sheep of the family, high frequency superfoods, and how superfoods can change your life. If you enjoy this episode, please remember and hit that like button and subscribe. You'll be notified when the next episode comes out. For now, here's Kia. Hello, and thank you so much for agreeing to come on the Spirit, Mind and Soul podcast. Really grateful that you came on because you have such a powerful story to tell, and I know it's your first time doing a podcast or anything like this, so thank you so much for trusting me to tell your story, and I can't wait to hear it in more detail because I know you had a really tough time, but just looking at you now and what you're doing and you're thriving, so I will let you take over. I know you want to start from childhood and talk about how that led you into the life that you ended up leading. So over to you.
Hello, and thank you so much. Childhood, I grew up, it started with my childhood growing up in a broken home. My grandparents raised me and my brother from a very young age. And it didn't take long for me in middle school. I kind of took the wrong path, which led me to my addiction in an early age, drug addiction. So I've battled with that over the years, and as well as I've had lots of trauma in my upbringing, and it has led me to my addiction, which I mentioned on our call the other day. I have been in recovery for 8 years. Mm-hmm. That's my addiction. I lost everything. Sorry, I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. I'm a mother of 3. Just to kind of backtrack, I'm 41. I'm a mother of 3. I've been living the single mom life for about a decade now, and like I said, I've been in recovery for 8 years. When I got pregnant with my youngest daughter, that's what enabled me to go to recovery and get my life back on track after being on the wrong path for such a long period of my life. Mm-hmm. And through that, I was in rehab for 5 months, that's where I completely turned my life around as far as getting clean and getting the tools to stay sober. But that is, all of this is what has led me to where I'm at now on my healing journey. When I was in rehab, all the women around me were expressing how getting in touch with their spiritual side really helped them so much in the recovery. And my whole life I was an atheist. I didn't, believe in God or anything. And so I was kind of frustrated in rehab. Like I just couldn't understand the spiritual, what they were talking about, getting in touch with your higher power. I struggled with that. And upon leaving rehab, I was just in a very dark place. I've been alone for a very long time. I've been known to be like the black sheep of the family. So I've done things alone for a very long time. So I was in a very dark place whenever I made this post, and my friend who I hadn't spoke to in so many years, just happened to reach out to me that he was in my area, and we had a few moments, and I explained what was going on. And he had been on his own healing journey, spiritual, for over a decade. So when I opened up to him and we just had a few words, and he connected me to a group of people that just he sent to just love on me. And from that was 3 years ago, and that's what led me to my path in healing, is when he came into my life and just opened me up to the spiritual. I didn't understand energy and just the whole spiritual aspect of things. And he really brought me into that, and connected me to like-minded people, to where I was able to start opening up, and actually, sharing a little bit what I was going through and connecting to people. And sorry, I'm just like jumping from all over the
Okay.
place.
That's okay.
So through getting clean and starting to connect with people, I learned, I saw I had been feeling like ill, like just low energy, and just not feeling well. And I saw a friend made a post about breast implant illness, and all of her symptoms that she was posting were resonating with me so much. And so come to find out, I had the breast implant illness. And whenever I was posting about that, a dear lady reached out to me wanting about superfoods, introducing me to superfoods, because she saw I was going to have my surgery, and I could use some detoxing. And so she introduced me to these superfoods that I've been on for a year, and they've just really up-leveled my life on so many different aspects, with my recovery, with my spiritual journey that I'm on, with community, connecting me to so many people that are, and just on so many levels of healing. And it's just really opened me up to a whole world of healing on so many levels, just by incorporating these superfoods. I really had no idea how much it would up-level my life by incorporating this into, it's just literally, it's just food, but it's really up-leveled my life in
Yeah.
so many ways. And thank you so much for having me here, Karen,
Oh, that's
to
okay.
share this. And I really do feel I am here, like I have found my purpose, and it's to share my journey, to help others who have gone through similar things. So being able to come here and share my voice is very special.
Yeah. And I felt drawn. I think because so like you say, you turn to the superfoods to help you through an illness, and I'm really drawn to anyone who turns to alternative methods to help them through whatever challenge or hardship that is that they're going through. And obviously, once we had that conversation, I heard that actually it was a lot deeper than that. You'd gone through so much more. So, if you don't mind talking about it, when you came out of rehab, you were heavily pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the journey from then? Did you feel that something had shifted and you knew life was going to be different at that point?
I did at that, because of the community that I had, the women that I had, that was very different for me. And being surrounded by all of that knowledge and taking that in, I knew that I had tried so many different times to be free from my addiction, but I knew that this time was very different. And it has been.
Mm-hmm. So then what, obviously life changed and you had your baby girl, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Your third child, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kendall.
then what was life like then? Obviously, I guess, not having gone through that experience myself, but I guess your mind is a lot clearer when you're not on any, the drugs that you were on. So can you just tell us what, I guess I'm intrigued to see what was your mind exposed to? What were the good things that came into your life?
Mm-hmm. Um, when you were breaking up there for a little, so I all I could hear was the good things that come into my life,
Let's go with that.
and um, the after having Kendall, and being gaining what I did from rehab, it really gave me just a whole nother appreciation. I literally didn't. I had no sense of gratitude all those years that I was using. I didn't realize this until after, but I feel so grateful since going through this and all those the amount of gratitude that I feel since over getting out of rehab and learning what I did. It's just overwhelming. Learning how to cope with things, more rationally and just without using anything. And being able to feel and actually be present. I have 3 kids, so to be present for Kendall throughout her whole childhood is definitely. I'm so grateful for that, as my first 2 didn't, get that because of the journey that I chose. So
Hmm. You
I'm
know,
definitely grateful for that.
Yeah, I think gratitude is more powerful than what people think. It sounds like a bit of a cliche and a bit woo woo, but if you just focus on, and because obviously what we are thinking about, there's an emotion attached to that, there's a feeling attached to whatever we are thinking about. So if we're focusing on the things that we are grateful for in life, that feels good and you attract more of that into your life. So yeah, I can completely see why that would be a shift in itself for you. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously moving on then, and you had the implant illness came afterwards, and so was the superfood, was that to cope with the symptoms of that, with the yeah.
So I didn't realize, I've always eaten the standard American diet. I've never, been on like a real health journey or
Mhm.
didn't understand the power of nutrition.
Mhm.
Um, so whenever I was introduced to these by Kimberly, I didn't really. I understood that she was introducing them to me because she explained that they some of the detox, some of the products that she was offering actually detox your body from so much toxicity and
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
glyphosate, which is something that a lot of people don't know about. But so, I'm sorry. What was your
That's okay.
question? I'm so sorry.
So yeah, so you turned to the superfoods to help with the symptoms.
Hmm.
Was that
And
right?
yes, and so one of the main things is detoxing all of the things that the implants were leaking, into my body. So I didn't realize just how powerful that they would be when it comes to mental health and overall, like just well-being. Whenever you detox the all the toxic things that are being sprayed in the air and on our food that a lot of us aren't aware of. And so it was to detox all of the toxic things that the implants were putting into my body, but it up leveled my life on so many different levels. That's what I started the superfoods for, but
Mhm.
it's really been a mind-blowing experience
Yeah.
because I started them for the implants, and 4 months into my superfood journey, I didn't even realize my moon cycle was coming. I've always had very painful and emotional cycles. And 4 months in, it came and I didn't even know it. And ever since then, I've not had any painful
Mm-hmm.
or, just that emotional, like days leading up to your cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I have not had any of that.
That's
Um,
amazing.
and we are taught that that's just, natural. It's normal to be painful during that time. And so I'm learning so much, about how powerful it is to nourish our bodies on.
Mm-hmm.
This is cellular nutrition, because it's grown in regenerative soil and without
Yeah.
any chemicals or additives. It's just pure raw premium food,
Yeah. Okay.
with none of the additives or anything. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really going in and nourishing, on the insides and detoxing all of the bad things. Um, and I'm just so grateful after I've explained everything that, what I've has led me to here,
Mm-hmm.
to have found something to not only heal myself on such a deep level, but to be able to offer this to people, as well as feel
Mm-hmm.
like I have a purpose and a passion
Yeah.
here now, going from being
Mm-hmm.
a drug addict to a single mom,
Mm-hmm.
to finally having a purpose, to help
Mm-hmm.
others while I'm on my own journey of healing myself as well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. I think that's what happens, isn't it? People, you see people that are in these alternative therapies or the holistic space, whatever it is that their focus is on, whether it's mental health. I do neurolinguistic programming and hypnotherapy because of my own experiences and background. People like yourself, it's more to do with the food and nourishing your body, and you do find that it is each person, it's because of their own journey and it helped them, and they want to scream it from the rooftops because they know that it will help other people who are in need of it as well. So yeah, I resonate with what you're saying. Obviously, it's a completely different field I'm in, but for
yeah.
the same reasons. So tell us about them. When you're going down this superfood journey, are you eating and drinking certain things based on your own symptoms? Was it tailored to you?
Now we do offer, different product. Now, whenever I first started my superfood journey, there's just, it's called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And, everybody really we recommend that everybody start with the same one when you're first starting. So I just started with the basic. And then
Mm-hmm.
as you, are more into it, then there's different things that you can add in to tailor to your needs. But getting started, it was just the base, the norm, just the first package where it just comes with a cleanse, because the first one comes with a cleanse. We want everybody to, nourish and do a parasite cleanse first. So, that's what I started out with. And then as, time goes on, then there's different things like, there are people who I have seen, reverse their diabetes. And so there's different things for that, when people have different things, if you're focusing on weight loss or, just depending on what your focus is. But this is all real. It's not, supplements with things, just,
Mm-hmm.
it's all real food.
Yeah.
Just, it's
Mm-hmm.
live dehydrated.
Yeah.
So it's in powder form.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's not a diet. So when you're, on the program, it's really just about adding it in, and don't
A
worry about
lifestyle
taking anything
change.
away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. It's just
Yeah.
about getting it into your body, and then things start to happen, because just by adding it in, you're like within just honestly, because of my standard, I was not used to eating healthy. I didn't like it at first, but because I felt it
Mhm.
so quickly nourishing my body on the inside. I kept drinking it, and within days, I loved the taste, but I didn't realize, it only our bodies are acidic, and we have to become alkaline to
Mhm.
like the flavors. If our body's acidic and used to processed foods, then you may not, like the
Mhm.
taste of this so much. And that was me.
Mhm.
But it didn't take long before that changed for me. And then my cravings started changing as well. I didn't even like the processed foods or crave them
Mhm.
anymore. Your body just, it really gets you in tune with your body, where you can listen to your
Definitely.
body.
Yep.
And
I can second that. I completely
yeah,
agree. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
amazing. Like, I love the education that comes
Mhm.
with this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's green smoothies for me, and I forced it into my routine, my morning routine. If I'm rushed in the morning, I'll fit it in
Mhm.
somewhere. And you're right, and you feel good for it. You know that you're nourishing your body, but also it
Mhm.
makes you not want to then put the bad stuff in your body.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I people always say, that doesn't look very nice. Is that nice? And I'm like, well, it is now, but it wasn't at first. But you just get used to it. And this obviously came with
Yes.
a business opportunity for you as well. So how tell us about that? How did that happen after you doing it just for your own symptoms and illness? How did it unfold into a business opportunity for you?
Mhm. So, this I have been wanting. It's so beautiful. The alignment that has happened here. It's really amazing, because for the last 6 or 7 years, I have tried different. As a single mom, I've wanted to be in the online workspace, to be home with my daughter more. So I've tried so many products over the years, trying to be in the online space, and nothing has ever resonated with me. And I tried these
Mm-hmm.
superfoods, not with the intention, to sell it, but to heal. And I started to feel the the shifts from this, and I started posting about my experience, and then, people just start asking, what is it like, what, and so that's when I'm like, okay, this is my opportunity to have my space. And, so it came to me as, a way to heal. And then through my experience, I'm just so grateful that it has also the business opportunity, because then my mentor Kimberly, who introduced me to it, then she got me on board, and has been training me to share, because this is just so new to me on so many levels. But um, with as far as like being online and sharing my story and things, so the alignment happening here with this company is just so amazing. Um, and I have actually had the pleasure of meeting the owners as well, and the mission here is so big. It's to end human suffering is their mission, and everything is in home compostable
Mm-hmm.
packaging, because they care for the earth as well. um, so it's just a really big mission here. And I would love to call in anybody, if you feel, if you love to help people, if that's your passion, to help people, and or just, to get healthy, or help people just feel their best selves, their highest selves. And it just brings you to a community of
Mm-hmm.
so many healers as well. Um,
So if someone is, out there and they have tried, maybe there is an illness and maybe they feel that, I'm just stuck with this illness and, it's never going to overcome it. Because sometimes we can get stuck in that mindset and they maybe haven't tried anything alternative, or they're exploring alternative healing modalities. How can they try this? How can they get in touch with
mhm.
you, or, find out what's going to work for them? Can you let us know, so in case anyone...
I would love for anybody can reach out to me on my Facebook. That's the platform that I'm on. Kia Halsey, and also ultlifestyle.com is the website for the period the what I'm on, the ULT. And I would love if anybody would like to reach out to me on Messenger and connect more and share. There's, so this really meets you where you're at, no matter where you're at on your journey. This just really up levels you in every aspect. It meets you where you're at. And so many people have tried so many different things, and it literally comes down to just what we're putting in our bodies, and also detoxing. The glyphosate is, if it's okay, I'm just going to explain really quick what glyphosate is, because I had no idea what it was when I started this journey. And it's the main ingredient in Roundup, and it's also, when you see the lines in the sky, it's being sprayed in the air and all over our food in the US. It's being sprayed all over our food. And it causes little tears in our gut lining, and which causes leaky gut, and which is causes inflammation, and which is the cause of so many diseases. So we're the only company on the planet with this product called Biomedic that goes in and repairs the gut and repairs it to where you don't have the little tears anymore, and you can actually absorb all the nutrition that you're putting in. It removes up to 74% of the glyphosate in 6 weeks. It's clinically proven to remove the glyphosate, and that's really been life-changing. It's really such a huge part of the whole protocol, because it's going in and repairing the gut, and making it to where we actually absorb the nutrients that we're putting in our body. It makes it's phenomenal.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, because I think education is important as well. Not just here's the solution, but actually trying to understand it as well. Yeah. So people can obviously come and get in touch with you and just send you a message on Facebook if they feel called to or want to ask you anything more, just some information, they can come to you and get that. Thank
Absolutely. I would be honored to share.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll leave all details in the description for people to go and check out the website and contact you as well on social media. And I wanted to know as well, Kia, obviously you're doing all this work now. You've been on your healing and growth journey, and you're doing this work now to help other people as well. Is there anything in the future that you long for, or maybe a goal that's just for you?
Yes, that's a great question. For myself, I wish to just spread, I wish to help as many people on their journey of addiction. I just want to be a voice for those who are in recovery as well, and be here for those.
That's a good.
Yeah. And my goal is just to help as many people as I can.
You already are. Yeah.
That's a good question, Karen. I'm always thinking about other people, It's like,
Yeah, I think I can relate, because I think when you do this work, it does become a passion, and it's very fulfilling, and I think that's what we're missing in life. So yeah, and I always say to people, I talk about dreams and goals, and I always say, it doesn't need to be a big grand goal. It could just be that you want to feel fulfilled, or you want to feel content, or in love.
that's it. Yeah. I just want to feel content with my life and my purpose, and help create peace,
Yeah.
and just
Well, I'm sure you'll get it. I think you're well on the way to having that. And again, thank you so much for being brave. It's very brave what you've done today, sharing, really personal details and your journey. It's everyone's story is really personal. So I always think it's really brave to come on here and share that with, a wide audience. And I hope it all reaches the right people.
Thank you for creating this space. Thank you so much for creating this space,
Oh,
Karen. That's so
the whole
special.
purpose of this was
It's
to
so
give people
special.
hope, and people like yourself, by sharing their own journeys, give that to other people. That you're an example. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed listening to Kia's journey. All details on how to contact Kia are in the description below, and just like she said, all messages are welcome. If you or anyone that you know would like to be a guest and come on to the Spirit, Mind and Soul podcast and share your journey, please get in touch via the email that I've left for myself below. Thank you again for listening to the Spirit, Mind and Soul podcast.